You thought you were clever? I've been playing this game much longer. When you've been married for 8 years, you stop noticing the small things. Until one day, one of those small things is a thong that you never bought her. "Oh, it's from a friend," she shrugged, cool as ice. I nodded, like a fool, like a chess player who just let the opponent make their first move. The next day, I rented a garage, not to build anything. Genius moves need a quiet place. She told me she was going away with the girls, but I saw the ticket. Lisbon. One way. Just one ticket. I smiled. Girls' trip, huh? But I didn't text her. I texted him, her so-called lover. You don't want your wife to find out, right? Then listen carefully. And that's when the real game began. A week later, they flew to Portugal. He looked thrilled. She was glowing like a teenager. Meanwhile, their hotel room was full of hidden cameras and mics. But here's the twist. His wife knew everything. From day one. She's a lawyer. Cold, sharp, calculated. We worked together. We wrote the whole script. We knew exactly how this would unfold. The morning after their romantic night, she was sitting in their room, sipping coffee like she owned the place. My wife, or rather, my soon-to-be ex-wife, stood there in a towel, speechless. You thought you were clever? No, I said, stepping forward. Just cheap. We showed them everything, every second of it. Then I handed her a folder, the bank transfers she made to her lover. Turns out he wasn't a lover. He was an actor. And his wife? She cast him. Check. Mate, I walked out of that hotel without looking back. Not for revenge, for the art of it. A few days passed, and I began to execute the plan. I knew I had one weapon they couldn't predict: patience. I went about dismantling her life from the inside. Step by step. Little blows. Just enough to make her think everything was fine. Until it wasn't. First, I moved the money from our joint accounts. She didn't suspect anything. She didn't notice that I'd moved everything months ago, just to be safe. I sold her favorite car. The painting she loved? Gone. Burned. Her favorite couch? Sent to the dump. And now, it was time for the grand finale. I knew her lover wasn't the only player in this game. The night they got back from Portugal, I invited them over for dinner. We all sat together. Her, him, and me. I just watched them laugh, thinking everything was fine, thinking they were in control. I watched their faces when I raised a glass and said, "Let's drink to loyalty." They smiled, not knowing everything was about to change in an instant. I slid 2 envelopes across the table. They opened them. Inside, printed screenshots, texts, photos, time-stamped, irrefutable evidence. Her smile faded. His face went white. "You broke me," I said. "But thank you. You reminded me who I really am." And that's when the destruction began. I started with the small things. But it didn't stop there. I took everything I could from her. Emotionally, financially, and personally. She never even saw it coming. I made sure to hit every nerve. Her life was in ruins, and she didn't even know how to fight back. At the end of the day, I walked away. Not with a bang, not with anger, but with the quiet satisfaction of knowing I'd won. And they were never going to forget what happened. A week later, I got a message from her. "I miss you. Please." Another one came. "Can we talk?" I never answered. A month later, he texted me. "Bro, I was drunk. I didn't mean it. Still nothing from me." Because the man they knew? He died that night, outside that hotel room door. What's left is someone they'll never understand. And now, I sleep. Finally. No lies. No pretending. Just peace. And sometimes, when I look in the mirror, I smile, because I didn't just survive. I made sure they'd never forget the day they lost me. And the best part, they still don't know what hurt more, losing me, or realizing I never raised my voice.